All right, welcome to Haunt Chat Live. Sorry for the delay. We had a little bit of technical difficulty. Tonight in the spotlight, we have Norman Gidney from whorebuzz.com. And as always, we have our host, Reverend Michael the Gravedigger. Take it away, big guy.
Hey, how's everybody doing? How you doing? How you doing, man? Oh, this has been a nail biter getting this thing going. Thank you, Windows. You're a piece of crap. But yeah, so we got things going again. I didn't even get a chance to rearrange the studio here, but that's okay. We thought we were just gonna be screwed, but no, it's all good. It's all good. We are here. This is Hot Jet Live, Season 2, Episode 4, with Norman from HorrorBuzz.com. That's right. That's right. The website that has everything horror related, whether it's haunts or it's horror movies, and they even got family-friendly kids games and all kinds of stuff out there. So, welcome everybody. First introduction. Norman, say hello.
Hey, you guys, what's going on?
Thank you. Enough of that. Okay, Jim, say hello. My co-host.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. We got that out of the way. I do want to mention tonight's giveaway is from Looking for Brains, and they are giving away a distressed shirt, which I'll find my picture of. The PC just came back up. All my pictures were on the PC, but we'll get them going. So the question will be asked at the end of the show. Make sure you email. We'll give you all that information at the end of the show. And the first answer, we got one question, one answer, one winner tonight. And so you're going to win it if you answer it quick and you answer it right. Okay, all right, so let's get moving. Norman, again, welcome to the show. And in the spotlight, HorrorBuzz.com. And so tell us a little bit about, just tell us what HorrorBuzz is.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me, you guys. And cheers to you.
Cheers.
I'm at the Cauldron in Buena Park. My friend Laura Hahnemann, who used to be the creative director of Not Scary Farm, opened up this amazing witch-themed bar, and it's going to be the hotspot for Haunt 2018. Just so you know, HorrorBuzz came from the idea of trying to bring horror to everybody's taste, because everybody liked to be scared, but some people didn't like the gore, some people didn't like the torture, some people only liked vintage. What we're trying to do is bring horror to everyone. Find what you like and enjoy it. And because scary is universal, and it's something that everybody enjoys.
Absolutely.
So that's basically what we're about.
Well, that's cool. That's great. So when and how did you bring all this horror buzz together? Because the site hasn't been around forever, almost been a while.
Well, actually, it launched on July 1st, 2015, and I had already helped develop a fun community and Disney and travel website called nicechat.com. And then I thought, okay, well, why don't we develop something for horror that builds a community and allows people to connect and also find what they enjoy. So I developed that, and then HorrorBuzz was launched on July 1st, 2015, and we started with 5 writers, and now we have like over 20. Which
wow!
Is a lot of, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So do you run the whole thing, or you like the GM, or you do?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, right now I do, and I built the site, I hired the people, and basically what I look for is just people who genuinely love horror and love scary and love looking at that darker side and laughing at it, you know, and just having a good time. So that's what we are. We're trying to be that scary place for pretty much every taste on the spectrum.
That's awesome. Now, as you know, or don't, for some of you new watchers out there, Hot Chat Live, this thing right here, by the way, how do you like my new hat? I got my dapper hat on this that night. Anyway, Hot Chat Live, we interview people who interview people. So the website, it's not, HorrorBuzz isn't just a website. You actually go out and you talk to people and you review things and you review movies, and I've seen you got all kinds of postings out there. How do you coordinate that? that being just one person. Well, for instance,
No.
you were just at Midsummer Scream.
Right. It's not just one person. It's like, okay, it's my idea, sure, but I cannot do all of this alone. Jeff Heimbach is one of my senior writers, and he is indispensable. He's amazing. Um, Mike Hansen is one of our film reviewers. Then there's Remy Cashman.
You're saying that maybe some of these people right here might have something to do with Horror Buzz also.
Well, incidentally, that picture right there, the guy on the far left, that's Forrest Orta. He is a haunt actor from Not Scary Farm. He's brilliant. He's also an actor who is always looking for work. He's just brilliant. And he helped me produce this LGBT plus representation in horror panel for Midsummer Scream. But we'll get to that in a minute. The point is that none of this stuff is done just by me. None. It is done by me saying, this is what I would really like to do and connect the community with. And then there are other people that are like, yeah, I'm totally on board. And they give of themselves and of their time to do it. And we all love horror and we all love scary stuff. And so that's what we do. I couldn't do this alone.
So you say it's kind of one big demented family.
Oh, are you kidding? Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Basically, yeah, that's it. We're a crazy demented family, and that's basically what I call my haunt family. And you have your family you're given, and then you have your chosen family, and then you have your haunt family, who basically get your connection to that darker end of things, and they're always there for you.
They're the one that are just more than happy to lop off your limbs.
Absolutely.
And then hang them on the wall, because that's what we do. Well, that's
exactly.
great. Now, like I said, you did go to Midsummer Scream, and you ran the Screaming Room, where they gave all these awards for it. What exactly was that? They were movies, independent movies. What was that?
Okay, well, the situation with the Screaming Room is this. I approached Midsummer Scream. I had always been very close friends with Rick, David, Johanna, Gary, the producer, and Claire, the producers of the
name drop. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Name drop.
Well, no, I'm. It's not dropping. It's giving credit, because they're the ones that have championed this. I mean, they're the ones that know what community means and have made sure that it stays there. They're brilliant. But the thing is, I was like, okay, but this needs a film component. So I pitched the idea of developing a film festival. But my problem with showing movies at a convention is that you don't necessarily want to sit in a dark room for 2 hours at a convention. You want to see the show floor. And Rick, his whole deal is he wants to put too much stuff into a convention. He's a jerk. He specifically develops Midsummer Scream so that you cannot see everything. Okay, so he's an asshole, and he knows it. But the thing is, you've got the Hall of Shadows, you've got the show floor, you've got the grand ballroom, you've got the second stage, Theater Macabre. You've got all this stuff. So I was like, okay, well, how do we develop something for up and coming filmmakers to exhibit their works? Now, the format that works is short film. So we developed the rule, okay, nothing longer than 15 minutes. 15 minutes or less in the Screaming Room. Then we built programming blocks. So we have our Halloween block, we have our Crimes and Passion block, we have our LGBTQIA block, we have our slashers block. We built things in a modular way so that people could pop into a Screaming Room block, see what they liked, and then get back out to the show floor or not. It was all very modular. So that the film festival that we built is a short film festival that honors and shows respect to the people who are developing short films, proof of concepts, and wanting to share them. So this year, what was interesting this year, we finally became a full-fledged film festival. where we had a jury. We had a jury that selected the people who screened everything. You know, I mean, because we were literally sent like about 148 films from all over the world, and one from Iran made it in, and it was pretty cool.
That's scary right there.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing, and so that made it in, and then we picked our 17 favorite. We selected a very diverse group of people that was secret at the time, and we told them to pick their favorite. They picked their 3 favorite, but then still we had audience ballots. So anybody that showed up for that Screaming Room block could vote for their personal favorite film and drop that in the ballot. So we gave 3 jury awards, and then we gave audience award favorites for each one of the programming blocks.
So people's choice.
So, absolutely, because we wanted everybody to have a fair shake. And we wanted everybody to get the exposure that they were looking for. Because at the end of the day, what we're doing in the Screaming Room is trying to give a platform to the struggling filmmaker.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. And this comes with the blessing from David and Claire and all of the producers of the show. They're like, I pitched the concept, and they're like, go for it. So it's credit to them that we're doing this.
Okay, so you did the Screaming Room. Now I know you're also involved with the haunted attraction. Did you guys do anything in Hall of Shadows?
Actually, we didn't. But I know that was one of the coolest places.
Well,
that was,
we got some friends like Bloodshed Brothers. I know they got to do a maze in there. That was cool.
Oh my God, theirs was amazing.
Yeah.
And you know what? This was the first year that Midsummer Scream was able to get a theme park to do a scare zone.
Cool. Now, which theme park was that? Oh, Six Flags?
Six Flags did, yeah. Six Flags did. Basically, okay, it was really cool. How the Hall of Shadows was set up we had, you know, the basic show floor. And then we had the dark half of Midsummer Scream. So you entered the Hall of Shadows, and it was this big Castle Frankenstein thing. And then there was like trade show booths, right? And you were thinking, oh, okay, I kind of get this. And then you had to go through this weird fluorescent tunnel of monsters and clowns and crazy shit that Fright Fest Magic Mountain developed, you know. And then you got out into all of the other independent home haunters, and you know, and it was essentially a lot like the Screaming Room in that they wanted to showcase the talent that needed to be seen.
That's awesome.
And,
okay, well, I'll tell you now. I know, and we put the link under the video for your write up on the Screaming Room and all that kind of stuff on thehorrorbuzz.com. So you guys go out there and listen to that. I don't want to spend all the time talking about Midsummer Scream because this is about horrorbuzz.com. Now, going on with that, now you're also got this Passport of Fear events thing going on.
Yeah, that's okay. The situation with the Passports of Fear. Everybody that we talked to in the haunt community was always looking for the best thing to do for Halloween. Like, oh my God, what's the best? What's the scariest? What's the craziest? What's the most? So that's fine. But what I wanted to develop was an idea in which not only could the super fan be able to go to these events, but they could experience it in the best way possible. That means not waiting in line. That means dinners included. That means meeting the people who did
Jim,
it.
This sounds kind of familiar, don't it?
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead. No,
So
the reason I say that is Jim happens to be one of the owners of Midwest Terror Tours, which is a bus tour. There's also Northwest Terror Tours where they take on a bus, they get VIP entry to multiple haunts, and they go around in one night, and they're driven in a luxury bus and all that kind of stuff to go to all these different places. Yes,
okay,
yes,
Jim,
yes.
we'll talk later. We'll totally talk later. But yeah, exactly it. That's exactly that. But you know what's so funny is, like, in Southern California, we are a very we're a Halloween town. Okay, SoCal has been a Halloween town ever since I can remember. and we love it. And so it's very easy to develop that business model here. Um, and the Passport to Fear events are basically Horror Buzz's one ticket, the golden ticket to, if we say we have a Passport to Fear event for Knott's, boom, you buy that ticket, you get front of the line access, a dinner, behind the scenes tour, meeting the people, and like a guided tour the entire night. We say we have a Passport to Fear night for Queen Mary, boom, that happens. You roll in there, you've got food, drinks, and front of the line the entire night, and maybe even extra. This year, I'm about to announce a night at Winchester Mystery House.
Oh,
Yes. Winchester
well, you
Mystery.
know what? Guess what? You just
What?
announced it. You just announced it right here.
Oh no!
Oh, no!
no.
Well, that's going to be on October 13th.
There you go. There you go.
So,
Heard it first.
and if you're willing to pay for it, we are having a special seance in the witch's hat at midnight. So it's a very limited thing. There are only 13 people that can make it in.
Do you really want a ghost apocalypse? Because that's how you get a ghost apocalypse, you know.
Yes, but we also have booze.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it better. That makes it
So
all right.
it actually becomes a party. So
It's booze and booze.
yes, and then we also have a night at Delusion, which is on November 17th.
Now, is that the hunt you're involved with?
No,
No,
I'm not,
it's
you know
not.
what? To be very honest with you, I'm not involved in any haunts.
Well,
I hate to break it to you.
I thought for sure you were, because you had right here. What haunt?
What did I say? What did I say?
You said something about what your how you prepare for your haunt season.
Oh my God.
I was going in.
Well, okay, well, because okay, as somebody who runs a haunt website and somebody who covers horror and wants to make sure that people like me know about the cool things to go see, my haunt season begins just a few weeks before and after the normal haunt fan does. Okay, because I gotta know what you need to know about. That's the deal. That's my job. So okay, so my haunt season begins maybe end of May,
Cool.
you know, and then I get ready for Midsummer Scream, and then I prepare Midsummer Scream. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Midsummer Scream, the preparation for that starts in January, but we start getting very serious, and we start being able to announce things like end of May, June. And then July comes, end of July, we have our big show. And then, then there's right now, what we are in is kind of like the low, very kind of like the disco nap right now, because, because shortly thereafter, we will start hitting Universal on both coasts, Universal Hollywood and Orlando, then Not Scary Farm, then Queen Mary, and Fright Fest and Fright Dome, and it's just it just doesn't stop. And then what's really ironic is after the first week of October, then it kind of chills out, and we can look at the independent haunts, and there are so many good independent haunts in SoCal.
I know of at least 3,000 of them.
Yeah.
No, you really want to get into those independent haunts. I got lists of them all across the country going on. So,
yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, they are really good. So you just ran through pretty much what your lineup for going on for this year. What's coming up? The different things that you're doing on there. Do you specifically Horror Buzz, do you host any events yourself? Do you have a Horror Buzz extravaganza or anything, or is that all just brought into the website?
Honestly, we don't.
Well, see, there I just gave you the idea. You need to have one.
We're planning one for the 5-year anniversary. We're planning one for the 5-year anniversary.
So you got to have booze. So there's the buzz, part of the Horror Buzz.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know what's so funny is during the launch party we actually had a Horror Buzz drink. and it
Ooh.
was like orange and maraschino and a little bit of soda, and it was effervescent, a little bit of soda water, and it was rum based. Let's just say that.
Oh,
It was
I like rum.
it was good. It was good.
That's awesome.
So.
That's awesome. All right, a little bit more. Now we've talked about, like I said, I posted a whole bunch of links under here, under the video, so you guys go out and check those out. I want to know a little bit more about Norman the Man. We were talking a little bit before about how you got into what drew you towards the horror stuff, and you said some cool things. So go ahead and repeat those.
Well, I mean, like, this is only what? How long is this live broadcast? Like, okay. Here's the deal.
Yeah, you got
the second
5 minutes.
You
got 5 minutes.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. I'm 40. I'm 45. So the second I saw Halloween, when I was like 5 years old in 1978 at the drive-in, I was hooked. I watched that movie from a kid point of view. I was connecting with Tommy. I was connecting with the cool babysitter. I thought that, and if you watch the film, Michael Myers only hurts the bad people. Okay, he chases away the bullies that mess up the pumpkin. He's only after the bad people, and I connected with that, and I loved it, and I loved that scary that tickles, and I loved that scary that says, okay, everything's okay afterward. And I was nuts about it, and that right there was the time that I knew that I was a horror fan. And that was it.
And then you found out Halloween. Everything was all right afterwards. Then you found out Halloween 2 came out.
You want to know something? Like, I saw that at the Fashion Square Mall over here in La Habra. I think it's La Habra. Hell, I don't know what it's called now. But yeah, and I couldn't sleep that night. And I had to sleep with my parents that night. Like, I went to go see it with my friends. And actually my sister and her friends. And we were so terrified that I demanded to sleep with my parents because I thought Michael Myers was going to come out of the closet. Turns out I did that later. But the point is,
that was awesome.
So that's the deal.
So how much now in producing Horror Buzz and all the things?
Yeah.
How much? I mean, do you have a real job, or is Horror Buzz your full-time thing?
I want Horror Buzz to be a full-time thing, and there's absolutely no shame in trying to make a living off of what you love. There's not. I would love for Horror Buzz to be something that I could live off of, and eventually that's the goal. But right now, I'm supplementing my income with design work. I'm a graphic designer. I'm a creative writer, or I'm a writer in general. I'm a certified Rotten Tomatoes critic. I work also with Chris Gore at Film Threat. Chris Gore is amazing. He's one of the coolest guys I know. And check out Film Threat because they are the champions for independent horror or independent film in general. And they've asked me to be the voice for horror and LGBT stuff. So I'm like, okay. So it's kind of brilliant. So that's what I'm doing. I'm a graphic designer, a creative writer, and and trying to make ads, revenue, and all of that stuff on Horror Buzz.
So that's how you're supported. How is Horror Buzz supported? Does that come straight out of your pocket?
It comes out of my pocket, me working, my blood, sweat, and tears, and it also comes from. You can also go to our Patreon account and donate if you think what we're doing is worth a couple of bucks a month. You can also contribute, and we'll send you a few little surprises here and there. But yeah, we are all. The team that I have now is simply amazing, and they do it for the sheer passion. And it takes a lot of money simply to run the server and the security. What's so funny? Incidentally, okay, we're getting a little techie, but incidentally, the server is not that expensive. It's the security on the server that costs so much money.
Yeah.
So, you don't want somebody to break in and completely shut down your site. So anyway, that's what costs a lot of money. But it's $100-ish a month. and that we're basically right now just trying to cover costs, and we just want to share our love of horror with everybody.
So
And
that's it, guys. Go out to their Patreon account and help them out here, because they really have a cool thing going. Now, you sent me all kinds of pictures, and so I want to go through a couple of these so that we don't, so that we at least get these used. It is now 8:30. However, we started late, so I'm giving you a couple extra minutes. So we went through this. No, that's okay. We went through this picture. That was my fault, not your fault, man. Okay, so
quickly. Wait, go back to the one. Go back to the one because it's the best one.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so on the left, let's go. Ready? Okay, on the left, that's Forrest Order. Next to him is Jacqueline Chesson. Next to him is Alaska Thunderfuck, aka Justin, winner of RuPaul's Drag Race All Star Season 2. Then there's me, and then behind me is Julie Ray Goldstein. She's a trans activist and actor. Michael Verratti, who also has Dead for Filth. That's a podcast, and he is absolutely brilliant and a wonderful giving soul. Then there's Sam Weinman, who is the filmmaker and writer-director behind A Quiet Room that Alaska Thunderfuck stars in. And then on the far end is Tom Blunt, a brilliant moderator and writer who also runs Black Phoenix Alchemy Labs.
Awesome. There, you got it. Okay, so
and then there's us at well, the guy in the middle, if you're referring to me, that's me. The guy on the right is Rick Farmelo. He is the Disney animator who did Abu on Aladdin the monkey, and he also animated Flounder, the little yellow fish, on Little Mermaid. His girlfriend Christy is over there to the left, and they do something called Full Moon Cartoons. You can see the pull-up banner in the far left.
And again, we have a link. We have a link to that on the on the site.
And it's basically a kooky couple that moves out to the Palm Springs of monsters and finds a new home. And they are absolutely brilliant and wonderful.
Awesome. Okay, I'm guessing this was the screaming room.
I wish. That's the main hall. That is the main hall where everybody shows up for the larger presentations. Not Scary Farm, Queen Mary, Fright Fest, Universal.
They got some chairs out of alignment there. That'll kick my OCD in. We better get off this one.
Yeah, they're halfway down.
Who's this?
Okay, that right there, that is Amantha, like Samantha, but without the S. Amantha, and she and her husband Eric and one of my writers, Brian Tull. They were the people that ran the screaming room. What she has in her hands are the ballots for that particular screaming room block that those audience members were going to be able to vote. I can't remember what specifically that particular block was. I was like running around doing social.
That don't matter. That's all right.
The point is, they would take that piece of paper and tear. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so. My one directive was to fill the seats when I was asked to produce the panel about LGBT horror or queer horror. And queer is an okay term to use, guys. So,
I don't know. That sounds kind of queer to me, so I don't know.
It's basically anybody that doesn't fit in fits into queer. So, basically, we were asked to fill this room, and I wanted to represent everybody in the queer community that also loved Halloween and horror. And we had a pretty large panel, but it was great. And we filled a 400-seat room, standing room only, and we also had to turn people away. So it was a damn good.
And there's your panel. There's your panel right there.
That's correct. There's Tom Blunt on the left moderating. Incidentally, he came up with this hat. This is brilliant. He came up with this hat that was veiled with black gloves, right? And everybody was like, what the fuck are the gloves doing on this hat? Well, situation is, he's like, well, every good widow makes sure to lace her hat with the gloves that, she killed her husband with, because then you leave no fingerprints. So it was like, oh my God, forget it. I'm done. Just walk away. So that was Tom Blunt, Jacqueline Chesson, Julie Ray. Okay. And this is actually after the after the queer horror panel, we also had a Screaming Queen, Sickening Sinners and Screaming Queens block that was in the Screaming Room, which was queer horror filmmakers. So we had Sam Weinman, who did Quiet Room, which Alaska Thunderfuck starred in. We also had Michael Verratti with 2 shorts, Social Justice Strangers, which is hilarious, and he drinks. And then there was Magic Paintball and Killer Queen. I mean, they're all brilliant, and they're something you just need to get into and enjoy. Because we're all here to enjoy horror and have fun.
That's rocking. And of course, we talked about the Not Scary Farm thing coming up. Not Scary Farm thing.
Yeah, that's on September 22nd. Go to horrorbuzz.com. It's on the front page. Just click and buy your ticket, because I'm telling you, it's the best damn time you're ever going to have at haunt. And you will not have to think of a single thing.
That's
you check
awesome.
in, you're done.
That's awesome. Hey, we really got to get out of here. But Jim, did you come up with a question for the people?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. What's that question going to be?
So what was the movie that drew Norm in to horror? That's the question.
Wait. Say that one more time.
What movie kind of enticed and brought Norm into the horror world?
Gotcha.
If you're paying attention, it's an easy one.
Yep. I know what you guys want to do is you want to answer that. You want to send your answer to hotchatlive@gmail.com. The first correct answer that I get, you're going to win. And what you're going to win, I was able to pull that picture up really quick here. You're going to win this. You're going to win this nice distressed shirt from Looking for Brains. So
I want that.
Well, then, no, you can't. You're disqualified. You can't.
Yeah, but I know the answer. So,
yeah, I know. That's exactly. So, yeah, you don't get it. You don't get it. Norman, thank you so much for being on the show tonight. I really appreciate you coming. I'm sorry for all those difficulties that we had going into it. You've been ultra cool. You've been ultra laid back. That's awesome. It's been a joy having
you. Know what?
Now, what?
I genuinely appreciate being here. I love connecting with more of my haunt family, and just thank you for having me. This was cool.
Oh, you're quite
welcome. I would love to come back.
Next week, everybody, turn in. Scurry Face is going to be the tune in. There we go. Scurry Face is going to be in the spotlight coming up on that. Again, thank you to our guests. Thank you, Jim, for stepping in and stepping up.
Oh, my pleasure. Anytime.
I want to remind everybody that there is the after chat after the show. I'll post that link in just a minute now that I've got a real PC going up, so that you can come on in. And you can join in and see what all's going on. As a matter of fact, while I'm talking, let me copy that right there so I can be prepared to do that. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we're gonna piss off Doble. I think we went longer than him. That's okay. We don't care.
It's Doble. Come on.
You'll get more on your next one. Yeah, you'll get it. I'll explain that one to you later, Norman. Thank you, everybody, and like usual, it's been a blast.